In the heart of the old lands, where the sun leans low and the earth glows red beneath bare feet, there lies a village called Dogoji, a place where stories breathe, where drums speak, and where the river remembers everything. Tonight, my child, I will tell you a tale of love, of pride, of greed, of forgiveness, and a river whose memory stretches deeper than time itself. This is the story of Amina, Kofi, Nana Sefu, and the river that remembered. The village of Dogoji shimmered under the late afternoon sun. Children ran between thatched stalls, women arranged their bright woven cloths, and the smell of roasted maize danced in the air. In the center of this lively place walked Amina, a young woman whose laughter felt like wind chimes, light, bright, and full of life. But Amina carried something else, a gentleness that touched even the coldest heart. Not far behind her walked Kofi, a tall, steady hunter, strong in body and quiet in spirit. When he smiled, it was small, but it stayed with you. Amina and Kofi were like two threads woven from the same cloth, yet neither had spoken the full truth of their hearts. On this warm day, fate nudged them closer. Amina sat beside her father, Nana Sefu, the potter whose hands shaped clay the way the wind shapes dunes. Nana Sefu often said, "Clay teaches patience. The river teaches listening." That evening, Kofi brought fish for supper. As he handed it to Amina, their fingers brushed, just lightly, but in that single breath, the whole village seemed to grow quiet. Amina smiled shyly. Kofi looked away, pretending to check his net, but his heart beat like a talking drum. Nana Sefu watched them with wise old eyes. He had seen love grow before, soft as morning dew, gentle as river mist, and he smiled. At dawn the next morning, Amina walked to the riverbank. Mist curled over the water like spirits rising from sleep. Kofi was already there, repairing his net. He looked up, and for the first time, Amina felt the weight of his gaze. Calm, deep, and full of unspoken truth. They talked about everything and nothing, until Kofi reached into his palm and held out a simple bead string. "Kofi, soft. For you. Wear it, so I will know the river watches you when I cannot." Amina tied it on her wrist. She looked at him quietly, and Kofi said the words that would shape their destiny. "Kofi, when the river is calm, I will fish. When it storms, I will stand beside you." Amina lowered her eyes, her heart trembling with a new tender fire. As the sun set that day, a solitary woman walked toward the village. Her cloak shimmered with threads of silver. Her staff carried the markings of ancient waters. She was known by few and recognized by none, but the river knew her well. She was Mowu Aiton's messenger, a spirit in human shape, sent when balance shifts or when danger rises. She walked past the villagers unnoticed, but when she touched the river, the water rippled, as if greeting an old friend. The next day, a stranger named Osei arrived. His clothes glittered with wealth, but his eyes held a deep hunger, not for food, but for power. He told villagers of a stone, a magical stone that could bring fortune to anyone who owned it. Curiosity filled the air like smoke, but Osei had already found it, hidden by the river's edge, a glowing stone with veins of blue light pulsing like a heartbeat. He kept it secret, pressed against his chest like a forbidden treasure, and slowly the river grew restless. Fish disappeared, water darkened, birds flew low. Nana Sefu felt it, the old woman felt it, but Osei did not care. Greed had already swallowed him. One night, Amina walked to the river to fetch water. There, standing in the moonlight, was the old woman, her cloak glowing softly, as if woven from moonbeams. "Old woman, gentle child, the river has spoken your name." Amina froze. Old woman, something taken with a clenched fist becomes a curse in that same fist. "Tell your people, the river remembers." Amina's heart trembled. She understood. Danger was coming. Osei strutted into the market the next morning. With a sly smile, he revealed the stone, glowing bright as lightning. Villagers gasped. Some stepped back, Others reached forward in awe. Nana Sefu frowned. He knew nothing good came from a gift taken without permission. Amina tried to warn them. She repeated the old woman's message, but pride is a stubborn thing. Osei laughed. He dismissed Amina's warning, and the sky began to darken. That night, the heavens split open. Thunder cracked. Lightning flashed across the river like blue fire. Homes trembled. Winter roofs like leaves. The river rose. Higher, higher, higher. As if awakening after a long slumber, villagers ran for shelter. Children cried. The drums fell silent. And Osei clutched a stone to his chest, even as floodwaters pulled at his feet. But the river had remembered. The river had seen. The river had waited. Amid the chaos, Kofi fought through the storm, searching for Amina. He found her trapped by rising water. He pulled her close, shielding her with his body. Lightning lit their faces as he whispered, "Kofi, not if I breathe for both of us." In that moment, love stood stronger than the storm. Osei tried to run. He tried to bargain. He tried to hold the stone high above his head. But the river does not bargain. A wave struck him, knocking him down. The stone slipped from his hand, sank beneath the water, and its glow disappeared forever. Osei cried out, not in pain, but in regret. The storm eased. The river calmed. Sunlight broke through clouds, like a blessing. Villagers emerged. What? Shaken, but alive. They rebuilt together. They shared food. They carried each other's burdens. Kofi repaired nets. Amina helped her father gather clay. Nana Sefu sculpted new pots, symbols of healing. And at the riverbank, Osei knelt quietly, empty-handed, but finally humbled. Days later, under a golden sunrise, the village gathered near the river. Kofi stood tall, his heart steady. Amina stood beside him, her beauty gentle as dawn. Nana Sefu placed a clay pot before them, a symbol of unity. Kofi placed his fishing net, a symbol of provision. Amina placed her bead bracelet, a symbol of love. The old woman appeared once more. Her cloak shimmered. Her smile was ancient and knowing. Old woman, two hearts that listen will never be forgotten by the river. Then she faded into mist, leaving only her blessing. Amina and Kofi joined hands. Villagers cheered. Drums rolled like thunder turned to joy. The river sparkled, not in anger, but in approval. And so it was that Dogoji learned to give without greed, to love without fear, and to listen for the quiet wisdom hidden in water. The river remembered their mistakes, their pain, their healing, and their love. And whenever Amina and Kofi walked its banks, the water rippled softly, as if whispering their names. For the river does not forget. The river remembers everything. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and follow for more.